Hi, today I want to talk about negotiating. How much is too much? So we see it all the time. You get a job offer, some candidates sign the job offer right away because it's exactly what they're looking for. Others negotiate, and some people negotiate and negotiate and negotiate and end up turning off the employer or getting the job offer taken off the table. So you have to be careful, and there is a fine line. I think the first thing is, if you're in sales, there is some degree of expectation of negotiating because that's what salespeople do all day long. However, you can't do it ad nauseum. I think you also have to take into consideration that the employer does have equity issues and cannot pay you more than the long-standing successful people that are in the company already. So you do have to take that into consideration. If you're working with a recruiter, you should have a lot of information about the opportunity, salary, conditions, and all those things. If you've gotten the job off the internet or off the paper, you might be flying blind, and you will have to wait until you get further into the opportunity to be able to know all the conditions. And even at that point, it may not be exactly what you're looking for. Make a list of your non-negotiables. It could be commute, it could be salary, those kinds of things. And maybe go, take that list and go through it with someone that you trust. Someone will tell you, well, that's reasonable, that's not reasonable. I once had a candidate that said, I don't want to be in a job south of this street. Well, that's really specific. I don't understand the reason, but it may have been a commute issue. But make sure that your demands are reasonable for you. And consider, how much do you want this job? If you really want this job, that's something that's subjective, and that should be part of your list. Before negotiating a job opportunity, make sure you have the job offer in writing. Be careful not to ask for too much too soon. Negotiating should come closer to the end of the process rather than the beginning of the process, especially salary negotiations. Sometimes they ask you that up front, and it's an uncomfortable situation, but you do have to answer the question. But in terms of getting into the nitty-gritty of negotiating, that should be more towards the end than at the beginning. Be careful not to go back too many times to the table. So when you get a job offer, take your time, but beware that some job offers do have time limits on it. So if you might get a job offer on a Monday and they say you have until Wednesday at 5 p.m., take the job offer home, go through it, and put down everything that you would like to negotiate rather than going, negotiating one point here, going back, because too much back and forth may turn off the employer and they take it off the table. I think also the most important thing is think long term. Are you going to lose your dream job for $2,000 salary? Are you going to lose your dream job because of a car allowance that's $200 a month? Think long term. I'm Dawn Williams from Sirius Personnel. I can be reached on LinkedIn or on Twitter. Happy selling.